Modern warfare does not begin with a bang. It begins with silence. At 0300 Zulu time, the subsea fiber optic cables connecting Nuuk to Copenhagen were severed. There was no explosion, no warning, just a sudden, catastrophic loss of data. Simultaneously, a flight of EA-18G Growlers launching from the USS Gerald R. Ford initiated a broad-spectrum jamming operation. Their ALQ-99 pods flooded the electromagnetic spectrum with white noise. The objective was not destruction, but blindness. The Danish Joint Arctic Command didn't see an invasion force. They saw ghosts, false targets, decoys. Their situational awareness was reduced to zero before the first shot was even fired. This is what the Pentagon calls dominance in the gray zone. Phase 1, the naval siege. Phase 1 was isolation. The USS Indiana, a Virginia-class fast attack submarine, quietly slipped into the Davis Strait, utilizing the distinct thermal layers of the Arctic water to mask its acoustic signature. It established a kill box beneath the ice. Its mission was simple: deny access. Any vessel attempting to enter or leave Greenland waters was painted by sonar, tracked, and targeted. Above the surface, Carrier Strike Group 12 did not rush in. They adhered to the doctrine of standoff warfare. From 400 nautical miles away, E-2D Advanced Hawkeyes acted as the quarterbacks of the sky, coordinating a complex net of data links. F-35C Lightning IIs enforced a strict no-fly zone. They didn't need to engage dogfights. Their mere presence, invisible to legacy radar, grounded the entire Danish civilian air fleet. This wasn't raid, it was a high-tech siege.
Phase 2, vertical envelopment. The primary assault force was not the Army, nor the paratroopers.
It was the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit aboard the amphibious assault ship USS America. Their doctrine is known as vertical envelopment. Bypassing the coastline, which intelligence suggested was heavily mined, MV-22 Ospreys inserted force recon teams directly onto strategic elevations surrounding Nuuk. Operating under the cover of the Arctic night, utilizing panoramic night vision, they seized the high ground. There were no tanks rolling down Main Street, no dramatic urban combat. The Marines secured the city from 5 kilometers away with javelin missiles and laser designators.
By the time the sun rose, the capital was effectively held hostage without a single civilian casualty. A textbook example of soft power backed by hard kill capability. Phase 3, the peer adversary. But the Pentagon made a critical miscalculation. They assumed total air supremacy. They underestimated the tenacity of the Royal Danish Navy, and specifically the Ivar Huitfeldt-class frigate. The HDMS Niels Juel had not fled, it had gone dark. Utilizing the deep, narrow fjords of Greenland as a natural shield, the frigate masked its radar signature from the American AWACS.
The steep mountain walls acted as a massive radar-absorbent structure. The ship became a hole in the data. This frigate is not a patrol boat. It is a specialized air defense destroyer equipped with the formidable APAR and SMART-L radar suite, capable of tracking stealth targets. It waited until an American F-35 patrol got too close. Then it broke silence. Phase 4, the kinetic exchange. 06 hours. The Niels Juel fired a salvo of standard missile 2s. It wasn't a warning shot, it was a kill shot. The engagement lasted only 12 seconds.
The F-35 pilots, alerted by their radar warning receivers, executed aggressive, evasive maneuvers, deploying towed decoys. The missiles detonated in proximity, shredding the air with shrapnel. The airspace was now contested. The US commander faced a dilemma. A direct strike on a NATO ally ship would be a political disaster. They chose a mission-kill approach. Instead of sinking the ship, they would blind it. 4 FA-18 Super Hornets launched AARGMER, Advanced Anti-Radiation Missiles. These weapons hone in on enemy radar emissions. The Danish ship fought back.
Its 35mm Millennium guns roared to life, creating a wall of tungsten pellets, a head ammunition designed to shred incoming missiles. But the saturation was too high. One missile impacted the main radar array. The Niels Jewel was not sunk, but it was effectively blinded. Phase 5, Asymmetric Hell. With the naval duel raging in the fjords, the real threat emerged from the civilian sector. Intelligence had failed to detect Denmark's contingency plan, containerized weapon systems.
On the decks of seemingly innocent fishing trawlers and cargo ships docked along the coast, standard shipping containers opened up. Hydraulics hissed as missile launchers erected into firing positions. This is the nightmare of modern naval warfare, hiding weapons in plain sight. A salvo of Harpoon missiles was launched at point-blank range towards the amphibious assault ship USS America. The fleet's defensive suite screamed into action. Nuuk decoys were launched to seduce the radar-guided missiles away from the ships.
The rolling airframe missile launchers engaged the leakers that got through the electronic screen. The sky turned into a chaotic mix of smoke, supersonic debris, and panic. The USS America survived, but the psychological impact was devastating. The Arctic Ocean, once thought secure, was now a minefield of potential threats. Conclusion: the cold stalemate. By H-hour plus 24, the situation had devolved into a strategic stalemate. The United States held the ground and the mines, but the sea remained a kill zone. The Danish fleet in being doctrine had worked flawlessly. They didn't need to win the battle. They just needed to exist as a credible threat to tie down superior enemy forces. The cost of maintaining the blockade against a high-tech insurgency in the harshest environment on Earth was becoming politically and logistically unsustainable. The US had underestimated the will of the Vikings. In the end, the operation proved one undeniable truth of modern warfare. You can occupy the land, you can jam the airwaves, but you cannot conquer geography. And in the Arctic, the geography fights back.